Yeah, sir.
Okay. Thing is, you need to understand the workflow. What is the first workflow? What is the first stage?
Init.
Init. What do we do in the init? We install all the plugin. I mean, Terraform takes care of installing all the plugins, configuring the connection to the cloud. If it is AWS cloud, it will create a connection. It will install all the connection specific plugins and other things. Whatever is required, it'll download all the binaries for you and keep it in the local machine. It will create a .terraform folder. The next thing would be validate. Validate, you will be doing a syntax check. And then you do a plan. And then you do a apply. Any questions on the Terraform workflow or stages? First of all, is it clear to Ganesh and Gopi?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Okay. Say what exactly this workflow does. This workflow, what exactly it gives you a result on the AWS account. It will create resources. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Because you will be writing a provider.tf and resource.tf. When I say TF, that means inside you have a resource block. Here you have a provider block. And then when you put everything together and then connect to the AWS cloud, it will create resources for you. Whatever resources that you mentioned here, it will be created. Instead of you writing a Terraform script and create resources in AWS cloud, as a first step, I thought you will log into AWS console using credentials. That is root user credentials. And create EC2 instance. To understand how to create and what parameters are required. Can somebody tell me what are the different fields required or parameters required to create a EC2 instance? To create an EC2 instance, so what are the different parameters required? Ganesh, you created, right?
Like parameters like this, some GP and 8 GP, we can do that, and some T2 micro for the free purpose.
Like, so you require instance name to identify the instance. Correct? You require or not?
Yes.
You require an instance name. Then what else is required? AMI ID. What is the AMI ID?
Amazon machine image.
Amazon machine image, which is nothing but an ISO image for the operating system. Because we usually have it in the CD, right? Earlier stage. We used to have a CD drive. In that, we insert the CD and then install the operating system on the specific laptop or desktop. We usually had a desktop, right? Not laptop. Olden days, we had only desktops. So we usually insert the CD and then get the operating system installed. It could be not a genuine license, but you will be able to install the Windows operating system. But nowadays, whatever laptops that you buy, it comes with a pre-installed operating system. You don't need to really think about or bother about installing the operating system. When it comes to compute, which is created in AWS cloud, which is also a computer. Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree the compute that AWS provides is nothing but a computer?
Yeah, that's it.
Clear, right? Clear to you or not?
This compute virtual machine only, right, sir?
Exactly. It is a virtual machine.
Yeah,
Right.
virtual machine. Nothing but a computer.
Nothing but a computer. Virtual machine contains what are the different things?
Yeah, sorry.
Storage,
Access memory,
network.
read-only memory,
RAM and ROM, some
network, all that. I mean, to put it in simple, this much only, right? CPU.
Yeah,
Normally we speak about only this one. Even if you are buying a smartphone, we think about RAM. How many RAM? How much RAM is there? What is the disk space? What is the kind of CPU? Is it supporting gaming and all? Like that, right? You start definitely looking into it. And then you would look at what kind of internet connection it provides, whether it is the latest, or even if you talk about Wi-Fi, which Wi-Fi version, Bluetooth version, whatever you talk, whatever latest version, whether it supports or not. That's what you initially look at it, right? And for sure, you will look at the operating system, whether it is an Android, if it is Apple iPhone, it is your Mac or Apple OS, iOS. So whatever compute that you are creating in EC2, AWS, say AWS, it is same as your mobile phone only, because this is also a mini computer, right? You can actually do even much bigger things than your laptop. On your smartphone, whatever you do, on the computer probably you do only 80%. Whatever you do on the mobile phone. So it is also very much equivalent to a computer. Okay. So in order to create a computer, we require RAM, ROM, network, and CPU. The same thing goes true while you are creating an EC2 instance. What is EC2? Elastic
Computing.
Compute Cloud. See, first Elastic Compute, and then it is on the cloud. That's all. So that's the way you should understand. Elastic Compute Cloud. That's why it's called EC2. What and all it requires? Network, RAM, ROM, CPU. Right? This is what is T2.micro or T2.small. Like this. So when you're buying a smartphone, say when you're buying a smartphone, what are the other factors you think about it? Whether it is 64 GB storage or 128 GB storage or 256 GB storage. At the same time, you look for maybe 6 GB, 8 GB, 12 GB RAM. Is it true or not?
True.
Yes,
right?
Yes, yes,
So here, say you probably think it is 20K. It is probably 25K. This is probably 30K, right? Depending on the storage or depending on the configuration, your price varies. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Similarly, based on the instance type, the this thing will vary. The cost will vary. If it is T2 dot micro, micro means small. Micro means very small. Small means slightly smaller. Medium is bigger than the smaller. And large is bigger than the medium. Then you have extra large. Then you have 2 extra large. Like that, the size keeps on changing. Depending on the workload. Depending on the workload that needs to be installed on the EC2, you choose the instance type. Okay, clear? What is workload? Tell me. The question for you. What is workload?
Maybe the CPU strength, like
Okay, say, for example, we have I'll go with Amazon. They have an Amazon website. What are the features they provide? Shopping and various categories, right? Mobiles, TV, clothes, so many things they provide. Overall, maybe 100 different services. Think about any small online shopping app. Any other online shopping app you can think about which is within India. The cheapest ones they sell it right nowadays. What is that?
Myntra.
Yeah, Myntra.
Misho, sir.
Misho. Yeah, exactly.
Misho, yeah.
So Misho, you get to see less number of items, or maybe maximum about maybe 40 different categories or 20 different categories, right? So this is called workload. The amount of work, amount of services you are running, amount of services you are offering for the customer. Depending on that, you choose the instance type. It is very much similar to how much cost you have, how much workload you have. Based on that, you choose either a small size or big size. Clear? This is all about the instance type which you choose from your AWS console while creating a EC2 instance. Okay, so we talked about instance type. What other things are there? VPC and subnet. What is VPC? Any expansion, any idea? What is VPC?
Virtual private cloud.
Yeah, virtual private cloud. We have AWS. What is this? What is AWS?
Amazon Web Services.
That's okay. But what is GCP?
Google Cloud Platform.
Okay. Overall, so what is
It's a
AWS?
cloud.
What is GCP?
It's a
If you
cloud.
want to put it, it's a cloud.
Cloud
What
platform.
cloud?
Cloud platform.
What cloud it is?
Cloud storage.
Public cloud.
Public cloud. Okay.
You understand, right? What is public cloud? Why it is called a public cloud? Any idea?
It can be used by anyone, like accessible by anyone.
It is available over the internet and available for everyone.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it is not available for only Gopi.
Yeah. Yeah, sir.
He tried 6-7 times. Every time he got rejected.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. That's why I borrowed my friend's account. Yeah.
So jokes apart. So public cloud means it is accessible via internet. It is accessible to everyone. And why do we say virtual private cloud? Tell me.
Sorry?
It is
Well,
not
say that.
accessible to everyone.
Normal, it's virtual.
Only the given access, only the people who have the access can access the public cloud. I mean the cloud.
Yeah. So even though you say public cloud, you have to also implement security. Correct? You cannot allow anybody to come inside and then do anything on anybody's resource. That is absolutely not a correct strategy. So you have to make it private. That is why the network that you create for your workloads should be private. Okay, how many of you know what is a browsing center contains? See, you might have heard about it, or you might have even gone to the browsing center, right? Normal browsing center, which is nothing but a small data center. What does it contain? What does it contain? What is there inside the browsing center?
Information, maybe.
Multiple systems.
Multiple system. There is a router.
Yeah.
Multiple physical machines, right? It's a physical machine. There is no virtual machine concept over there because people want to use different console access, right? They don't want to do a sharing access. It is a physical machine. Machine 1, machine 2, machine 3, machine 4, like that. Definitely this one is called what? Network. Right? See, from M4 you will be able to access M3. From M4 you'll be access to M1. The same way, the other way around is also possible. You know, right? I mean, how it is possible? You guys understood, or you guys have done similar thing before or not? Tell me you have understanding or not.
Understanding, Shankar. Yeah. I mean, multiple systems are connected. We call it as a network. Yeah.
Yeah, that is usually connected through Ethernet cable.
Ethernet cable. Yes.
Correct. That's how you create network from one computer to other computer. In the end, router is connected. That's a way. It could be a Wi-Fi router or it could be a wired router. So nowadays it is all wireless router. Earlier stage, it used to be wired router where you get a cable from there and then connect to this machine. And connect to this machine. There will be multiple ports available to connect machine to machine and connect machine to router. That's how you get the internet. I think some of you probably would have not even experienced this one, but that is the way the network is created. So there are different things that are come into picture when you create a network or when you think about a network. What are those? Any idea? The first thing that I already mentioned, router, switches, and IP address. What else? We call it as subnet. Okay, I'll give you a real-time example. What is subnet? Say again, I'm going back with some real-time example. Say there is a street. Okay, is the street public or private?
Public.
Public.
Street is public, where you have a home. Right? Is it public or private?
Private.
This one is private. Correct? This is like your VPC. In the public cloud, you have a VPC that is nothing but private. How do you restrict access to people? Door or gate, correct? Without a door,
Yes.
without a gate, it is public because people can easily enter. Okay, you are inside a home. Is it a one single big home, or you split it into multiple parts?
Multiple parts.
Right, one is kitchen. Inside you have a toilet, you have a bedroom, master bedroom, you have a kid's bedroom, you have the living room, some puja, something will be there, right? What you're doing, you're trying to split it into multiple parts because the space must be split into multiple parts so that it can be used for other purposes, right? You cannot keep your bedroom open. You cannot keep your kitchen very closed also. At the same time, you cannot keep it open also. You have to have some proper spacing, proper gap, proper ventilation, everything must be there. And you cannot keep your toilet somewhere in the middle. It has to be kept somewhere in the corner. Right? All of these things you need to think about it, right? Similarly, when it comes to network, you have to think about splitting into multiple parts. You may have 100 IP addresses available for you. So how many of you heard about IPv4? How many IP addresses in the world? Just please make a note. Just find out what is the number of IPv4 addresses available. That is 2 to the power 32. This is a 32-bit or 64-bit or 128-bit IP address. Guys, come on. It's a 32-bit. You guys are there in the call, right?
Yeah, Shankar.
Everyone is
Yeah,
silent.
sir,
No, just thinking on it. I mean, we heard of IPv4, but when it comes to 32 bits and all, I mean, in depth, we have not studied about the things. That's the reason.
Okay. So 2 to the power 8 dot 2 to the power 8 dot 2 to the power 8 dot 2 to the power 8. You would have never seen anything beyond 255 number. That is because 2 to the power 8 is a maximum number that you can keep. 2 to the power 8 is 256. So 255 is a maximum number that you can see in the IP address. If you probably see 260 or something, that is impossible. That cannot be done. Clear? You read about
Yes.
IPv4 addresses a little bit so that you have a better understanding. So when it comes to, say, even your home, right? The overall space of your house is like 1200. How many rooms you can make it here? At the maximum 3.
Maximum 3 bedrooms. Yeah.
Right. After that, if you split it, maybe you will have only very less space, only one bed to be put. You can't even get inside. 2 bedroom, 1 kitchen, 1 hall, 2 or 3 toilets. Like that you split, right? Similarly, you have to pay for your number of IP addresses. In your organization, when you are requesting for IP addresses, you have to pay for list number of IP addresses. So you need to decide how many computers will be installed and configured on your network. You need to split them into multiple parts because you may want to install something which is very secure, secret, or very sensitive information somewhere inside, something like your bedroom. Like that, you might want to keep it in a private space. That is called a private subnet. Something that you want to keep it in the public, something similar to your living room. That is called public. So like that, you will always want to split them into multiple subnets. At the maximum, one is public, another one is private, but you can still have multiple public and multiple private subnets, depending on your organization's strategy. Clear?
Yes, Shankar.
The whole thing is called VPC. The divided things called subnet. The inside whatever the machine has, that is called IP address. Like that, there are different terms available for the network part. The IP address range that we have is called CIDR. So what is the expansion for CIDR? Any idea? Anyone? Classless.
No, sir.
Classless inter-domain routing. See, again, it is a big topic. You need to have some understanding. I would tell you, you need to go back and read something about it, because networking concept is very, very important for you. I'll tell you. Say you are standing in a road. There are multiple roads going. Can you go on any roads? There is a signal. There is a signal. They might say that it is one way, the other way is not possible. Here they may say you cannot go this way, you can only come back this way. So what they are trying to do, here?
Managing the
Control the
traffic.
traffic.
Right, manage the traffic. So basically route the traffic. So we call it as route, right? Is a route available, right? That is what is called route. Whether you are able to route this way, whether you are able to route this way or not, that is what is called route the traffic. Even when the traffic is coming from the internet or going out of your home network to outside internet, there has to be some route rules set. Some route specific rules must be declared. So that is also come into picture while you are creating your VPC. How to route your traffic to outside and inside. Okay. Moving further, one more thing is there, that is security group. When you heard about security, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? How many people are living in an apartment? Or say Ganesh and Gopi's case, it's PG, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Shankar.
sir.
Okay. So what is the first thing you need to go through while you're entering your PG or apartment?
Fingerprint.
Okay.
Security check.
Security check, right? If there is a new person comes, definitely they'll say, what is the name, from where you're coming, whether you're going for a delivery, or you are a stranger, or you are working somewhere, or you are the owner, right? They will definitely check you. So the same thing will happen for your system. Whatever traffic coming on your way, that will be checked using the security group rules. See, normally when you are entering your apartment, say apartment is this one, multi-story building. When somebody is coming inside, do you normally check or don't check? I mean, security people will check or no?
They'll check.
They will check, right? They will check whether you are allowed to go inside or not, or where to go. They will specifically say you are allowed to only go to floor number 11, flat number 12, something like that. They'll give you some identification or maybe some access token so that you can go only to the particular floor and particular this one, or somebody will assist you to go to that particular floor. While coming back, normally, is there anyone who is going to check in general?
No.
No, sir.
No. Yeah. So while going, you will be doing a check. While coming out, you will not be doing a lot of check. Similarly, the incoming traffic is called ingress. That is always checked. Outgoing traffic, your system to outgoing, is called egress. Or it is called incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. So these are all important things for creating an EC2 instance. Okay. Now you entered into an apartment, right? You entered into nearby your home. What is the first thing that you need to go through in order to enter into your home? In order to enter to your home, what is the first thing you need to do?
Door open. Open the door.
Exactly. Door open. How do you open the door?
Using the key.
Key. Okay. So what we are trying to correlate here, can you identify? Private key and
Public
public.
key.
Which is a private key here?
VPC.
No. Think about your home. Your key that you are holding, right?
Yeah.
The key that you're holding, that is your private key. The lock, which is kept on the door, that is a public key. If there is no match, right? For example, you took a wrong key, your bike key. That is also key, right? Will you be able to open the door?
No,
No.
sir.
Definitely there is a mismatch, right? So there is a key which is associated to a particular lock, right? The bike key is associated to your bike lock, right? Your bike system. Similarly, your private key and public key are associated. Only using private key, you can log into the system which has the same public key, associated public key. Okay, clear? You have to probably watch through this video 2-3 times so that when we come to the next class, you will have a better understanding. Okay? Do you want me to repeat this?
We'll go through the video once, Shankar, and in case if we get any doubts in that, in the next class, we will have a brief about it again.
Okay. So one question, private key, local or remote? Consider you have your key with you, right? Do you always carry or you always give to somebody?
Will always carry.
You always carry with you. That is local, right? The lock, is it inside your home? Is it inside your home? Yes. Is it remote? Yes, it is remote because you consider yourself is local and you are outside, right? When you are outside the home, it is local to you. Anytime you keep it in your pocket, right? Similarly, you should keep your private key safe and local. You should not share it to other people. And public key can be shared to anybody that will again stay in the home. Home means home directory. Okay, all these concepts you will have to understand when I'm taking the next class. So be sure that you understand all this and then watch this video once again.
Okay, Shankar.
Now we'll do a recap. EC2 instance. What is the first thing required? Very simple thing, instance name. Because everybody has name. Every instance will have a name. Like that, instance name. What is the next thing?
Instance type.
Instance type. Good. Next. Operating system, right?
Yeah.
MIID. What is the next thing required?
VPC and subnet.
Exactly. Good catch. VPC and subnet. Then what else did we see?
Then security.
Exactly, security groups. Any of you heard about firewall?
Yes.
Okay, firewall rules, right? Similar to that, security groups. What is the next thing? Most important thing that is required?
Traffic, routing the traffic.
Okay, that comes here only. Route traffic.
Correct.
Okay, good. The last thing that we saw.
Ingress or egress.
That is in the security groups.
Security
Ingress,
group.
egress.
Yeah.
Okay, ingress, egress. Good catch. Okay. The next thing we talked about bike.
Security key.
Key, yeah.
Private
Simply
and public
keys.
key.
Keys, exactly, yeah. Private and public key. These are the total things that are required. If you go and create one more EC2 instance, right, you will get a better idea. Just create multiple EC2 instances, destroy them, and then log into them. Okay. Have a what do you say? You master yourself how to create a EC2 instance, how to log into the EC2 instance, and try to understand all this instance type, AMI-ID, what is a VPC, what is a subnet, what is a security group. All of those things you try to explore on your own. I'll just give a day. Tomorrow evening 5:30 we'll have the next class. Before that, try to prepare yourself. Okay.
Okay, Shankar.
Sure. Any other doubts?
We'll get back to you tomorrow, Shankar. We need to go through the, we need to create the instance once and check what, in case if I get any doubts in that, I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Okay. Sure. If nothing much, we can close today's call.
Okay, Shankar. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.